From Breadwinner, Part 2.
Here's some money, her mother said. Buy what you were not able to buy yesterday. She placed a patoo around Parvana's shoulder. It was her father's. Hurry back. Parvana tucked the money into her new pocket. She slipped her feet into her sandals, then reached for her chador. You won't be needing that, Nuria said. Parvana had forgotten. Suddenly she was scared. Everyone would see her face. They would know she wasn't a boy. She turned around to plead with her mother. Don't make me do this. You see, Nuria said in her nastiest voice, I told you she was too scared. It's easy to call someone else scared when you're safe inside your home all the time, Parvana shot back. She spun around and went outside, slamming the door behind her. Out on the street, she kept waiting for people to point at her and call her a fake. No one did. No one paid any attention to her at all. The more she was ignored, the more confident she felt. When she had gone into the market with her father, she had kept silent and covered up her face as much as possible. She had tried her best to be invisible. Now, with her face open to the sunshine, she was invisible in another way. She was just one more boy on the street. She was nothing worth paying attention to. When she came to the shop that sold tea, rice, and other groceries, she hesitated for a slight moment, then walked boldly through the door. I'm a boy, she kept saying to herself. It gave her courage. What do you want? The grocer asked. Some tea, Parvana stammered out. How much? What kind? The grocer was gruff, but it was ordinary bad mood gruff, not gruff out of anger that there was a girl in his shop. Parvana pointed to the brand of tea they usually had at home. Is that the cheapest? This one is the cheapest. He showed her another one. I'll take the cheapest one. I also need 5 pounds of rice. Don't tell me. You want the cheapest kind. Big spender. Parvana left the shop with rice and tea, feeling very proud of herself. I can do this, she whispered. Onions were cheap at the vegetable stand. She bought a few. Look what I got, Parvana exclaimed as she burst through the door of her home. I did it! I did the shopping and nobody bothered me. Parvana! Mariam ran to her and gave her a hug. Parvana hugged her back as best she could with her arms full of groceries. Mother was back on the toshuk, facing the wall, her back to the room. Ali sat beside her, patting her and saying, Mama, trying to get her attention. Nuria took the groceries from Parvana and handed her the water bucket. As long as you've got your sandals on, she said. What's wrong with Mother now? Shh, not so loud. Do you want her to hear you? She got upset after seeing you in Hussein's clothes. Can you blame her? Also, Mrs. Wera went home, and that's made her sad. Now please, go and get water. I got water yesterday. I had a lot of cleaning to do. Ali was almost out of diapers. Would you rather wash diapers than fetch the water? Parvana fetched the water. Keep those clothes on, Nuria said when Parvana returned. I've been thinking about this. If you're going to be a boy outside, you should be a boy inside too. What if someone comes by? That made sense to Parvana. What about Mother? Won't it upset her to see me in Hussein's clothes all the time? She'll have to get used to it. For the first time, Parvana noticed the tired lines on Nuria's face. She looked much older than 17. I'll help you with supper, she offered. You? Help? All you do is get in my way. Parvana fumed. It was impossible to be nice to Nuria. Mother got up for supper and made an effort to be cheerful. She complimented Parvana on her shopping success, but seemed to have a hard time looking at her. Later that night, when they were all stretched out for sleep, Ali fussed a little. Go to sleep, Hussein, Parvana heard her mother say. Go to sleep, my son.